What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, we're coming back to Blind Guardian. Yes, indeed. Blind Guardian fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Jonas R, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 43% of the vote, moving it from number 996 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is Blind Guardian with a song called Into the Storm. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold everything, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Blind Guardian, and surprise, surprise, and the video has 26,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Into the Storm live. So this is a live recording. Cool. That's cool. It'll give me an opportunity to kind of, I can't see it obviously, but it'll at least give me an idea of what they sound like in a live setting. So that's cool. I could definitely work with that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Jump
I was about to say something. And I just as I was about to blurt it out, my mind said no. It's like rolling up a newspaper and, you know, wiping your dog on the nose with it. No. No. My brain did that, said, don't say it. Don't say it. Not until you are 100% sure. So I'm not going to say it yet. I'm enjoying the tune. It sounds good. The chordal progression makes perfect sense. I like how they're switching between the root chord being D and then E. The song starting off with the D, and then about halfway through the verse, it switches to E. And it stays on E through the pre-chorus, which is very short, and then into the chorus as well, where it stays with the main chord being in the key of E. I like that approach. It's different. It's not relying on the same chord to be the main chord all the time. You know what I mean? Like you're playing in the key of E, right? Well, what's your main chord going to be? E, right? Okay, that makes sense. Not these guys. They're doing D and then E, and that's kind of cool. It definitely keeps you on your toes. If nothing else, it keeps you guessing. So for that reason alone, it's interesting. It's not predictable. Instrumentation sounds good. The mix, it's a little. I hate to say this because I understand it's a live recording. The mix is a little audience heavy. I wish they would take the levels for the audience noise and bring it down just a little bit in the mix, because there are times where it's a little much. You know what I mean? I mean, it sounds fine. It still sounds all right, but I just wish they would bring the audience down a little bit more so we could hear the song just a little bit clearer. On the flip side, though, as a live album goes, it is immersive. It gives you the sense of you're in the crowd. So I see both sides of the coin there. And I guess for the sake of a live album, it makes sense to put the listener into the crowd. Not the biggest fan of it, but I get it. That's my biggest. I know I talk about this band a lot, but when it comes to Kiss's live albums, everybody talks about a live 1 and a live 2. I talk about a live 1 way more than I talk about a live 2. I like a live 2. Don't get me wrong, I really do. There are some fantastic songs on a live 2. Just right off the top of my head, God of Thunder is on there, so that's an automatic win for me. But I also know for a fact there's a lot of post-production on Alive 2. A ton of post-production. A lot of editing. A lot of overdubbing. And my biggest gripe about Alive 2, the audience noise is just way too high. And I know that's a lot of other people's complaint too, and I absolutely agree with them. It's one thing to have enough audience noise to put you in the crowd. It's another thing when the audience noise is so loud that you can't understand what Paul Stanley is saying. You know, two completely different things. I would equate this more to Alive 1. The crowd noise is definitely noticeable. It's definitely there. You don't have to go searching for it. But it does give it that immersion. So I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. Let's keep going here. Flat 5. F sharp now. guaranteed. Now we're in E. Okay. Crowd's into it.
Buonasera Milano! It's good to see you all here.
So was this the first track of the show? Well, maybe not first, but like first, second, or third would be my guess. Maybe second might be a good guess. Second, I don't know about first. Second or third track, probably. Not a lot to talk about, but a couple things. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Blind Guardian with Into the Storm, a live performance of Into the Storm. This was a request from Jonas R., and it was also the winner of the Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 43% of the vote, moving it from number 996 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, let's get to the score, and then I'll say everything I want to say. So let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.4. Yep, 7.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.4. What does that mean? Well, a 7.4 would translate to a really good skill rating, so I think overall this was a really good song. It would get 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.4, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, I was holding off on saying something because I didn't want to stick my foot in my mouth and say it prematurely. But now that everything's done, I feel very confident in saying that out of all the Blind Guardian songs I've heard on the channel, and I know people are thinking I'm going to say something, and folks, you couldn't possibly be more wrong. Out of all the songs I've heard from Blind Guardian, this is honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, folks, this is the least impressive song I've heard from them. Now, does that mean they did a bad job? No. They did not do a bad job at all. I'm just saying, from a technical standpoint, from a songwriting standpoint, this is probably the least impressive song I've heard from them. Now, having said that, though, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself more with this than I have with a couple of other reactions I've done from Blind Guardian. This was fun to listen to. It wasn't trying to, how should I put this? It wasn't trying to be more than it was meant to be. I think that's probably the best way to put it. This was a honest to God, straight ahead rockin' tune. Not a whole lot of complexity behind it, but a lot of good attitude and a lot of good energy. I love the energy and drive on this. I love the feel of the song. I will say I like how they kept playing around with the D to the E. I did enjoy that. It kept you guessing. It kept you guessing at first, but until you locked in and you found the pattern. But it wasn't 100% predictable. You're like, what? Okay. Once you got into the pattern, once you found the pattern, okay, it was predictable. Yeah, sure. You knew by the time you got to the third verse, you knew it was going to happen, right? But on the first verse when it happened, let's be honest, were you expecting that? I know I wasn't. I thought we were going to be in D. Turns out I was wrong. E was the dominant chord. So, okay, we're in the key of E then. For sure, let's go with that. But we started on D, which is fine. I like both keys. I got no issue with it. The chordal progression made perfect sense. The chorus, the pre-chorus was really short. The thing is, I normally like a little bit of a longer pre-chorus, but with this song, the shorter pre-chorus actually makes perfect sense. You don't need to double the length of it. If you were to double the length of this pre-chorus, you would be doing it simply for no other reason than to just double the length, and you wouldn't add anything. I think what they did was just fine. So I got no issue with that pre-chorus whatsoever. The chorus, definitely the hook of the song, without question. Not my favorite part though. I like the verse. I like that. I like hearing that transition from the D to the E. I really do. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, that doesn't make sense. This is the hook. You even said that the chorus is the hook. I did say the chorus is the hook. Yes. And the chorus is what hooked me. Absolutely. But my favorite part, the part that I really liked listening to, was the verse. So yeah, I liked it. As far as the live performance goes, I really wish I could have seen this. I really wish I could. I have a feeling they put on a pretty good show. The crowd sounded like they were really enjoying it. But from what I could hear, everybody sounded good. It sounded like everybody played the song correctly. I didn't hear anything that sounded bad. In particular, the vocalist really delivered in a live recording setting. Now, how much of that was post-production? I don't know. I have no idea. But I can tell you though, there was post-production done. There was some editing done in post for sure. But I just don't know how much. Folks, I got some bad news for you. Every single live record that is put out is gonna go through some sort of post-production. There's gonna be some editing. There's gonna be some redos, retakes, reshoots. There's always going to be that. So, is there any albums out there that are 100% live? If they were made before 1980, maybe. If it was like 64, 65, 66, maybe it's 100% live. It probably is. But around the 70s is when we started seeing bands doing live albums, and unfortunately, some editing is done in there for sure. But I mean, I'm sure there was here as well, but they did it well. They did do it well. It didn't, like, if you listen, for example, the vocals. If you listen to the vocals, can you tell what was touched and what was untouched when it comes to post-production? No, I really can't. So they did a really nice job of blending the two together, and that comes down to mixing. So whoever engineered this, nice job. Nice job. Now, overall, this was fun to listen to. The song is not the most impressive song I've heard from Blind Guardian. As a matter of fact, it's probably the least impressive song I've heard from them. But that doesn't just because it wasn't super impressive doesn't mean I didn't have a good time with it. I had a great time listening to this. It was fun. This was fun. Probably the most fun. I don't know about the most fun, but it's one of the most fun songs I've heard from Blind Guardian. So, yeah, I enjoyed myself, and I have absolutely no problem giving this that score of 7.4. That's where we're at, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.4, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.